If there are two motivational systems in you that can be pulling you in opposite directions, as with the aversion to the papaya coexisting with the desire for it, how is it that these two things would ever get themselves into harmony so that you're not constantly chasing after things only to find out that you're averse to them and therefore that they repel you? The key to answering that question is to recognise that experience is the key here. Experience is the key. Why do I say that? Well, here's a quote from Dickinson and Balleine. This is their view, but I think it's right. Primary motivational states, such as hunger, do not determine the value of an instrumental goal directly. Same thing with aversion. It's not directly determining the value of the instrumental goal that you have when you're ordering some papaya. Rather, animals like you and I have to learn about the value of a commodity in a particular motivational state through direct experience with it in that state. In other words, we have to experience what it's like to encounter the papaya. We have to experience the way the aversion causes this bodily reaction to it, in order to learn about the value of the papaya and so modify our desires. Experience here, experience of the body, a form of perceptual experience, I suppose, is playing the key role here. So let's take a look at this in a very simple way. So up here we've got the aversion, which is actually triggered directly by the toxicosis. So as soon as you've had the novel food and been poisoned, the aversion is already in place. We know that because there is a modification to your magazine entry behaviour. So we can see that there's already a causal role for the aversion. The devaluation, however, the change in your desire, that hasn't happened yet. The devaluation happens later. We know that because you're there keeping pressing the lever, just like the rat that hasn't been poisoned in connection with this novel food at all. So what's going on here? Well, here's the deal. When you finally do go and encounter the papaya, the aversion causes some bodily responses in you, right? Essentially disgust, revulsion responses. So these bodily responses are caused in you. But that's not enough for anything to happen, of course. You have to have experience of your body. And it's that experience that then causes you to change your view about how nice it would be to eat papaya. So this is Dickinson and Balleine's picture, which places a key role for experience here. And I wanted to stress this because it's relevant to the discussion that we had much earlier in the course about perceptual awareness. There, of course, we were mainly thinking about perception of objects other than one's own body. Here we're thinking about perceptual awareness, but directed to oneself, proprioception and the rest. And you can see here that there's a different but perhaps compatible answer to the question, what is the function of awareness, that we gave earlier? What is awareness good for? What's the function of awareness? Well, one thing it might be important for is enabling you to align different systems of motivation within you. You are, as a human, as an animal, composed of multiple, largely independent systems, the primary motivational states and the desires being just one of several examples. Those operate independently, that's all very good, but it does mean they can pull you in different directions, as we've seen. How do we ever get them into harmony? Via experience. Why is it that you have such experiences? Maybe part of the answer, at least, perhaps all of it, is that experience plays this key role in tying together different bits of your mind.